Welcome to Procter Gamble's Sacramento plant. Since 1953, our plant has manufactured the chemicals that go into a variety of Procter Gamble household products. Before you begin your visit, you need to be aware of some of the hazards contained within this plant. To protect you and our employees, we'll be giving you some guidelines to make sure your visit is both safe and enjoyable. This basic safety video will cover everything a first-time visitor needs to know. If you're planning to enter operational areas, you'll require additional training. The following rules and guidelines are based on our 4 safety values. Safety and health is everyone's responsibility. Every incident could and should have been prevented. Safety and health can be managed. And nothing we do is worth getting hurt. Before entering the plant, you're required to sign in at one of the gates. You'll be given a visitor's badge which must be in your possession and made visible at all times. Any electronics that will be brought into operating areas must be explosion-proof, intrinsically safe, or specifically approved by Procter & Gamble. If you're bringing a laptop computer into the plant, it must be registered when you sign in. In addition, recording devices of any kind must be cleared with Procter & Gamble. When exiting the plant, make sure to sign out at the same gate where you signed in. During your time here, there are a number of locations that you cannot enter without permission from a Procter & Gamble employee. These include the control room, the locker room, conference and office rooms, the electrical motor control center, mechanical electrical shops, and the lab. In addition, if you enter the storeroom or warehouse, your Procter & Gamble contact must be with you at all times. Plant operating areas are marked with yellow lines and cannot be entered without permission from the Procter & Gamble operator of record assigned to that area. Red lines denote operating areas that require an even higher level of clearance. If your visit involves entering one of these areas, you must wear the proper personal protective equipment and follow any additional safety instructions given by Procter & Gamble employees. Shoes that are made from canvas or are open-toed, as well as sleeveless shirts, shorts, and skirts are not permitted outside of Building 40, our main office building. In addition, rings, bracelets, and earrings that fall below the earlobes should be removed before entering an operating area. Neckties should either be removed or secured inside your shirt. Hair that falls below the shoulder must be tied back and secured above the shoulder. All operating areas require the minimum PPE, consisting of steel-toed shoes and safety glasses with fixed, hard plastic eye shields. We recommend the use of Nomex fire-resistant clothing as well. Procter & Gamble will supply visitors with protective toe caps, safety glasses, Nomex outerwear, and ear protection when needed. In designated areas, special personal protective equipment is required. Hard hats are required in areas where overhead work is occurring. Ear protection is required in areas where the sound level is above 82 decibels. Certain items are not permitted inside the property at any time. These include alcohol, controlled substances, weapons, radios, televisions, and pornographic material. Any vehicles or hand-carried items brought into the plant are subject to search. As a chemicals plant, we use several types of hazardous materials that can pose safety risks and harm human health. Warning, this facility contains chemicals known to the state of California to cause cancer, birth defects, or other reproductive harm. As such, all visitors to the site should be aware of the presence of these hazardous chemicals and be alert to their dangers. The most common hazardous materials in our process are methanol, nitrogen, and sodium methylate, all of which are used throughout the plant. Methanol is flammable, can cause burns to the skin and eyes, and is toxic if inhaled or ingested. Nitrogen is an asphyxiant. Sodium methylate is flammable, causing severe damage to the skin and eyes, and is toxic if ingested. On the south end of the plant are the North HFA, South HFA, and distillation mats. The North and South HFA mats contain hydrogen and natural gas, both of which are flammable and can cause asphyxiation. The distillation mat contains sodium borohydride. When contacted with water, it releases large quantities of flammable gases. It is toxic if ingested, causes respiratory irritation if inhaled, and can cause severe damage to the skin and eyes. Throughout the south end, you'll also find copper chromite. It's carcinogenic, can cause respiratory irritation if inhaled, and is toxic if swallowed. On the north end is the fatty acids mat, refinery, ester making, and tank farm. Caustic soda, also known as sodium hydroxide, is found throughout the north end. This can cause severe damage to the skin and eyes, respiratory damage if inhaled, and burns if ingested. Also present on the north mat is activated carbon, which can be harmful if inhaled. In the refinery, there are 3 types of acids present: hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, and phosphoric acid. All 3 can cause severe damage to the skin and eyes, are harmful if inhaled, and are toxic if ingested. Should a situation arise that calls for an evacuation of the plant, you'll be notified by the evacuation signal. This signal consists of a PA announcement that will tell you where to evacuate, followed by a 10-second electronic air horn from either the south or north side of the plant. Then a steam whistle will blast. The evacuation signal is repeated 2 times. When this signal is triggered, all non-operational personnel must evacuate to the designated evacuation area. The main evacuation assembly area is located at the southwest corner of the plant. Employees are expected to badge in and out of the main evacuation area. Do not return to the plant until you hear the steam whistle give 2 short blasts and the all clear announcement is given over the PA system. The alternate evacuation area is at the northeast corner of the plant, next to Gate G. This is the northeast evacuation area. At Procter & Gamble, safety is our #1 priority. To protect and ensure the well-being of everyone at the plant, remember our 4 core safety values. Safety and health is everyone's responsibility. Every incident could and should have been prevented. Safety and health can be managed, and nothing we do is worth getting hurt. Welcome and enjoy your visit to Procter & Gamble Sacramento.